I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance.
The Department of Business.
Is this a bitch?
I got it.
Yes, ASAP ambulance. We need ambulance.
I have your phone number.
Yes, yes.
What's the emergency?
Yes. Oh, goodness.
What's the emergency?
Oh my God.
What is the emergency?
Thousands of fans of Grammy-nominated rapper and community activist Nipsey Hussle are in a state of shock today. They are mourning.
Minutes ago, Eric Holder was taken from the Lakewood Sheriff's Station to downtown L.A. 3 undercover cars with tinted windows and sirens blaring pulled out of the substation and sped off. It is now confirmed that the 29-year-old is in custody.
March 31st, 2019, Nipsey Hussle went to his TheMarathonContinues store, located at a mall at the intersection of Slauson and Crenshaw. Early transcript reports state he was there just a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but on the official day of his trial after his murder, the exact time was listed at 2:50 p.m. He got out of his black parked car, no security, a humble celebrity, greeting people in the parking lot, signing autographs, and taking pictures with fans. Nipsey Hussle was a well-known Rolling 60 Crip member, but respected even by those in rival gangs. He ended up staying in the parking lot talking to friends. The timer was set. Approximately a little over 30 minutes from that time, Nipsey Hussle would be dead. At the same time, a man known as Eric Holder was on a collision course with Nipsey Hussle that would result in the prolific rapper losing his life. He was a failed rapper known to the industry as Fly Mac, and to the streets, he went by Shitty Cuz. BG Knockout, a man the streets would classify as an OG, told the origins of the relationship between Eric Holder and Nipsey Hussle.
He was actually on Nipsey's label before.
Holder was a part of the Rolling 60s like Nipsey, and was signed to Hussle's label back in the day before snitching allegations got him kicked out of the gang, tatted all over his body. While Nipsey Hussle was at his store, Eric Holder was with a female companion he had relations with. She was 35-year-old Brianita Nicholson. She would soon learn that the man she allowed to get close to her was criminally intent on ending the life of the rapper Nipsey Hussle. Holder and Brianita went out on what she thought was a drive to the restaurant to get something to eat. Ironically, the location he chose was the mall at Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard, the same where Nipsey's store was located. On him, he had his trusty black semi-automatic handgun, which he claimed he carried for protection. She wasn't yet aware of this fact at the time. the last picture Nipsey would ever take. Moments later, Holder went back into Master Burger to collect his meal. He returned to the car and told Brianita to circle around back, brandishing his weapon. After questioning his motives, Holder laughed it off and directed her to pull up at a spot to the back where he could eat his meal. She complied, but soon after he put aside his meal and made his way out of the vehicle. Little did she know, Holder was on a mission to end Nipsey's life. He made his way through the mall, right to where Nipsey and others were talking, and opened fire with 2 guns, a .40 caliber semi-automatic handgun and a revolver. From those guns, he shot Nipsey approximately 10 times. A brazen and violent act. Surveillance cameras in surrounding businesses show Holder not shooting Nipsey on 1 occasion, not 2 occasions, but 3 times as he leaves and doubles back to finish the job and kicking Nipsey in the skull before running back through the alley. Holder is heard telling Nipsey, "You're through," before carrying out the act. Nipsey reportedly said the last words to Holder, "You got me." At approximately 3:20 p.m., Nipsey was on the ground fighting for his life with 2 others that were less injured in the attack.
I ran over to Nip. Nipsey fought the whole way. He be breathing the whole time, had a pulse, in and out of consciousness, but he fought hard.
Paramedics arrived on the scene to a bleeding Nipsey on the floor, unconscious. Only a couple minutes left before Nipsey Hussle would be gone. Paramedics tried to resuscitate the wounded rapper, continuing their efforts as the ambulance stretchered him to the ER. Unfortunately, Nipsey would succumb to his injuries upon arrival at the hospital between 3:20 p.m. when he was shot and 4 p.m. Nipsey was hit in his head, chest, abdomen, and foot, with bullets said to have severed his spine and punctured his lungs. The world was in mourning, sharing their sadness in order to cope. While medics picked up the others that were shot, Holder was making his escape. Holder made his way through the alleyways where different surveillance cameras caught him carrying both murder weapons right back to the car where Brianita was parked. Frantic, she asked what was going on, not knowing Holder just targeted Nipsey Hussle. Holder, in rage, told her she'd receive a slap if she didn't drive. That night, Brianita allowed Holder to stay at the house of her and her mother before booking him a motel the following day. At this time, claiming to not connect Holder to Nipsey Hussle's incident. But word spread through the streets, and now not only his life was in danger, but everyone around him. His family was rumored to be targeted, and his brother crumbled under the pressure, taking his own life.
Most of them, I think his little brother killed himself.
The LAPD was quick to put out information on Holder's arrest, and his luck would run out. On April 2nd, after the bulletin was posted, officers were tipped off about the possible whereabouts of Holder in the vicinity of Bellflower. He was tracked down and apprehended to face charges for the hit in 2 attempts, along with the count of possession of firearms by a felon, assault, and assault with a firearm. Everything was stacked against him. There was no dodging. He was the trigger man behind Nipsey's demise. But the big question was if he could get away on manslaughter, or did he premeditate the act, which would fall under first-degree murder and get him sentenced to life. Holder's legal team tried to spin the situation as a crime of passion, which means he didn't intend to take Nipsey's life, but in the heat of the moment being called a snitch, he lost control and committed the act. Before he could find out his fate, prisoners made sure to get some type of revenge, brutally beating Holder unconscious in a holding cell, slicing him with a razor, leaving him with a swollen eye and staples. The jury gave a second beating, this time legally. Convicted Holder of first-degree murder, Eric Holder has a long road ahead to face behind bars for his actions. Nipsey Hussle's fans, friends, and family mourn his passing, but have some closure to the person responsible for taking his life. He might be gone, but his legacy lives on.
It's